Oh, good morning, everyone, and happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to my hubby back there. So we're gonna be playing with inner thighs, believe it or not, and we're gonna be using strap blocks as we usually do. But go ahead and make sure your strap is in a loop of some sort. We'll adjust the size as we go, but we're gonna start with it in a loop and then just set that aside. We're also gonna bring shoulders in again. We worked with shoulders this last Wednesday quite a bit, shoulders, upper body. And I just want to stay with a little bit of that as we keep working on this tension through shoulders, neck, that kind of thing. But for now, go ahead and sit well and feel your sit bones draw down to the earth, the crown of the head reaching up. And close the eyes as you're ready. And just feel your body in space. Feel where your shoulders are, where the head is, how your legs feel, how your knees feel, all that stuff. And use your breath. And as you feel your inhale, notice that the belly reaches out. It really rounds out as the diaphragm kind of squishes with the inhale. It makes room for the belly to expand out. And as you exhale, that low belly starts to tone in. We draw the hip bones a little closer together. And again, inhaling. And exhaling it out. Good, and then let's just add a count to this breath, and it's really simple. We're gonna inhale for the count of 4, allowing that belly to expand. We're gonna exhale for the count of 7 and draw the belly in, but don't let the chest cave in the process. So it's your own count, as fast or as slow as you need it to be, inhaling for the count of 4. Exhaling 7. Good. Just keep that going. Try not to tighten the jaw. And on the inhale, let the belly relax fully so it expands out. Good. Keep it going. Good. 3 more rounds here of counting in for the number 4, exhaling to the count of 7. 3 more rounds. Last round. And then open the eyes if they're closed. Go ahead and start to roll the shoulders. So that 4-7 count, I've been reading some different articles about breath and breathing. And the premise is that as the exhale is longer than the inhale, we move into that parasympathetic nervous system, the one that allows ease, rest, and digest, that a place where there is no stress in the body, where we can relax and eat and rest and all that stuff. So I've been playing with that softening of the belly and that longer exhale to see if we can reduce the stress levels and the anxiousness or anxiety or any of that in our lives. So you're going to see that all through practice today. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale to your heart. Inhale, interlace, reach up. Exhale, curl it down. Good, release, inhale up. Exhale to your heart. Inhale, interlace. Exhale, curl it in. Good, now add the count to it. Inhale, count of 4. Exhale, count of 7. Inhale, lift 4. Exhale, slow count of 7. Inhale, reach up. Exhale. Inhale, interlace. Exhale for 7. Last one, inhale. Exhale, slow. Inhale, lift. Exhale, slow. And then reach the arms up, everybody. Palms face forward. Exhale, draw the elbows down. As you inhale, maybe look up a little bit. As you exhale, look down. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look down. One more here. Inhale, look up. Exhale, down. Good. Inhale the arms up, take them forward, palms face down, squeeze the shoulders back, right? So from this kind of hunched up, rounded thing, squeeze them back as if somebody were pulling those shoulders back. Inhale right here. Exhale, squeeze back, maybe lift the chin. Inhale, round, or exhale, round. Inhale, pull back. Exhale. Inhale, open. Exhale, round just slightly. Good. Last one. Inhale, lift chin. Exhale, round it. And let go. Good. Roll those shoulders out and grab your strap. So we're going to start with it hips width apart, roughly hips width apart, no big deal. And then loop it through both legs. Bend your knees, have the strap a couple of inches above your knee, and then tighten the strap so that you've got really good purchase. When you pull those legs apart, you can feel the strap pressing against it. Your feet relatively parallel. I'm up on my heels of my feet. It's just easier for me to ground that way. You can also take the hands behind and open up the shoulders. If you don't need the hands, that's great. So I want you to press against that strap. What you do with your upper body is up to you, right? So if you can sit up nice and tall, you can relax those arms. Maybe you're holding the front shins to help keep that torso upright. Maybe the hands are behind. So just feel that. Keep pushing though. So we're working this outer hip area. You're probably feeling it right through here as we work with the outer glutes just a little bit. I like these. I like this a lot. You can do this laying down. You can do it seated, standing up. And it activates those outer hip muscles and it relaxes the inner thighs just a little bit. Good. I hope you're still squeezing because I am. I'm really pressing out. I probably am pressing out 50, 60% of my ability. Really getting some juice going on there. If you're not feeling your hips, I suggest you press out just a little bit more. Good. Everybody breathe here. And then relax it. Whoo, yeah, feel that, right? It's kind of sweet. Take that same strap, bring it down to your shins. Again, roughly hips width apart. Your feet are roughly hips width apart. Dig into the heels if you'd like, or press down through the feet. I don't have a super strong bend on my knees. I have them out just a little bit. And I want you to do the same thing. I want you to just press out. And notice it's the same, but a little bit different. This one is harder for me. I feel it more and I feel it quicker. So I just want you to notice as we work with the outer hips, trying to tone those up, right? All of this work, in my personal opinion, helps to strengthen the hip joints, all these muscles that sit around the hips. Woo, good. Keep it going, keep it going. I know, I feel it too. So see if you can just, I mean, not mind over matter, but mind over matter. Just let it be what it is. Don't make it more, don't make it less. Feel your muscles, feel that energy happening, and then release it. Holy moly. Keep that strap where it is. In fact, you might want to tighten it a little bit more so the legs are a little bit closer together. I'm going to turn sideways here. So from that position, I want you to take your hands underneath your knees, underneath your thighs, lift up and press out. So here is the basis for boat pose, right? Pretty easy. The legs are energized. We've got the torso nice and lifted. If you can, maybe you start to lift those heels off the floor. And if you're good, go ahead and take them all the way off the floor and press. Whew, those legs away from each other, working with the strap. Keep the chest lifted. Only take the arms out if it makes sense for you. But feel the legs. Feel that focus on the legs. Holy moly. Breathe, everybody. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower the feet. Woo, and then straighten the legs. Good. So now you're in a Dandasana, right? Maybe the strap has to go even tighter to feel that energy around the legs. So as we tighten and then try to pull apart, we feel a whole bunch of stuff going on with the legs. So breathe, nice energy to the legs. The feet are flexed, the chest is lifted. Press against your strap. Take the hands behind, open up the shoulders, bend the knees, lift the legs, right? This has been my thing. Get the core out of the way early. Take the arms up optionally or hold on. Breathe, everyone. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower slowly. Straighten the legs. Dandasana. Oh, yeah. Breathe. Whew. Keep the legs energized. Keep working. We're almost done. We're just going to do one more. See, it's Father's Day. We can take it easy today. So when you're ready, lean back, but keep it open. Bend the knees. Lift the legs. Whew. Take the arms out. Some of you can straighten the legs here. I find I get unstable when I do so. So I'm going to stay with this bent knee. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower. Straighten the legs. Holy moly. Woo. And just rock those thighs out a little bit. And then bend the knees and take the strap out. We're going to use it again in a moment, so keep it nearby. Good. And then take your right leg out wide. In fact, if you happen to have your blanket nearby, if not, your block will work too. Take the blanket underneath the knee of that right leg. I'm mirroring here. And if you don't have your blanket, you can grab your block and stick that underneath so that you have a softer knee. Okay, and then move the flesh out of the sit bones. Your other leg bent if your knee allows. Block under that knee if that makes sense for you. Yeah, so instead of the leg being straight out like it usually is, it's just tilted out to the side. And then snuggle in to your sit bones already. I got to take the shirt off. That core work wore me up. And Press your knee into the blanket and lift your heel. Now, we did a bunch of this on Wednesday to work on strengthening the muscles around the knee. So that's what we're doing here. So really engage, press down into the blanket, have the heel off the floor if you can, sit up really tall, and then release. Good, 2 more just like that. Press down, engage the quad muscles, lift up really tall, find your breath, and release. Let's do 1 more here. Press down, engage, lift the heel, feel that thigh working. That knee should be pointing straight up. The toes are pointing straight up. Find your breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Leave the blanket or the block there as long as it's not hurting. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, swan dive. And then let the hands go wherever they're going to go for you. Snuggle back into the sit bones as the whole body, the whole torso lengthens forward. How low you go here is so individual. It is so up to your body. What I really would rather you not do is kind of curl down to get that lower sense. I would rather you be nice and upright and feel good in this pose rather than come down and curl. Okay. And I mean, at the end of your stretch, you can curl if you want, just to kind of release a little bit. But in general, I like that neutral spine. So notice the blanket under the knee or the block under the knee. Hopefully, if you have a block, it's not hurting. And press down into the blanket just a little bit. And feel the energy that that requires. And for me, a little bit of inner thigh work to press the blanket down as I'm leaning forward. So find your breath here. Just observe, breathe, and then take the torso up. Inhale, reach the arms up. Take the left hand down, reach the right arm over. Keep grounding through the blanket and breathe. Maybe look up at your arm and down at your shoulder. Good, look up at the arm, down at the shoulder. 1 more here. Look at the arm and down at the shoulder. And then inhale, reach up. Exhale to your heart. Release those hands. Bend that knee and switch sides. So we're going to take, again, mirroring here. You're going to take your left leg over that blanket or towel would work really great here. Make sure the stance is wide. The legs are wide as if you had both legs out wide, of course, right? And then same thing here. Make sure that blanket is supporting right behind that knee. I want you to press down, lift up. Just press into the blanket to lift up to engage these quads. Yep, find your breath. It should not feel like you're hyperextending your knee. I know at least one of you watching right now has that tendency to lock out. Good, release. So if you're feeling it's like it's hyperextending, I would bulk up that blanket a little bit more. All right, so press down, engage, lift the heel. Sit up nice and tall, everybody. Find your breath. Notice if the knee, like just now I looked down and my knee was starting to drift out. So try to keep it pointing straight up and then release. Good. I like these. I think they're pretty effective. One last one, press down, lift the heel, engage that foot, lift tall in your torso. Feel your chest lift, 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 lift. There you go. Breathe, everybody. And release, let go, shake it out a little bit. And then a nice engagement, but the heel stays down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Whew, and then let those hands come down where they will. Maybe open up the shoulders a little bit. Press down through that left leg. And feel whatever it is that you're feeling on this side, right? Usually one side a little different than the other. Pressing down through that same side sit bone. Try not to let it lift. right? There's not much to do here but to breathe, to start to let the hamstrings open a little bit. Maybe you feel the inner thigh a little bit. Good. Stay with it if you can. If it's too much, come up higher. Almost there. Just breathe. And come on up. Inhale, reach up. The right arm goes to the floor. The left arm reaches over, ground through that long legs hip. So right tendency is going to be to lift up. Let's not do that. Keep it grounded. Keep the shoulders rolled back. Maybe look at that arm and then down at the shoulder. And maybe look up and down again. One more right here, looking up and looking down. And then push off to lift up. Exhale, release. Whew, good. Roll it out, everybody. And straighten the legs. Come on out of that. I want you to take that same blanket if you can, if the blanket's wide enough. Take both legs wide, and the blanket is, somewhere around the back of the knees so that you have a softness, a little teeny bend to those knees. And then ground down through the heels. Lift up through the torso. If it's hard to sit upright, take the hands behind, okay? But otherwise, I want you to press down into the blanket, lift both legs. Hoo, hoo, hoo. Rock and roll. Here we go, right? Breathe, everybody. And then pretend you're going to squeeze the thighs in. Okay, and notice that extra little element there as I'm trying to pull the legs in isometrically while pressing down. Good, release, just shake it out. Let's do that one again. I want you to press down, lift the heels, engage, lift the chest, find your breath. Shoulders are on one side or the other, hands back for extra support, and then try to squeeze the legs together. Anybody else feel that? Holy moly. It's just, John said, it's not that hard. Okay. And release, let go, shake it out. It's like for me, but once we start to try to bring those thighs in, my quads, especially the uppers, engage at a whole new level. All right, so last one here, lift tall, lift the heels, engage. You can stay right here, don't have to do more. Otherwise, try to squeeze those legs in. Find your breath, everybody. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Holy moly. And then bend both knees. You've got that blanket right there, hopefully. Sorry, I didn't cue a blanket right at the beginning of class. And then if you can, I want you to come into Badakanasana, soles of the feet together, but it's a more yin style, which means the heels are not close to the groin, but my feet are up on the blanket. So hopefully you can see that. So it's changing the direction of the hips a little bit, right? So if we were laying down on our backs, those heels would be more in this configuration. Roll the shoulders back. Find your breath. And just notice again, right? So tension, no tension. What do we do with these legs in this position? And, always be mindful of those knees. So I want you to squeeze the feet together. Again, if I know sometimes just the sitting upright can be really tricky for the hips and the hip flexors. So you can lean back because it's not about sitting as upright. As long as you're not curling in, I don't care if you lean back or if you're holding on to your shins. So squeeze the feet together. Breathe, breathe, and release. Let's do one more here. Just squeeze and release. Take the hands to the tops of the knees. Push the knees up, 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 up into the hands. Don't push down, push up. All you're doing with those hands is resisting. Belly tones. Find your breath. Release. One more here. Push the knees up into the hands. Find your breath. I know. It did say inner thighs, right? Breathe. We're almost there. And release. Good. I want you to take your feet off your blanket, set that blanket aside, grab your strap for the last one here. So you have a loop, but you're going to need a much bigger loop. So make it a bit bigger. Throw it around your body and have it where the strap is that you can adjust it. And then come back to Badakanasana wide, okay? So that the loop is going to go under your feet and then around. And you're going to tighten it up. Now, the other end of this loop is really important. It should not be in your back. It should be down at that hip line, hip crease. And then I want you to tighten it. So this is a bound Badakanasana. You'll see this a lot of times laying down on the floor. So feel it, it's around the feet. It's around the low hips. Please, that's important. Yep, breathe. So if it's sitting in the soft flesh of your lower back, it can be really irritating for the back. So please don't do that. And then you've got this really nice tight bond or bind. I want you to gently try to push your feet away. Okay, so now notice what happened. You just activated this a whole lot more, right? I'm just trying to push the feet further forward. I'm lifting up really tall. I can feel this in my hip line. And then just breathe for a second. And then notice if you can bring in that 4 count in, 7 count out. Good, 4 counts in, 7 counts out. Last one here, inhale. Exhale it out. Good, open the eyes if they close. I want you to take the hands behind you. I want you to see if you can lift those feet. So hands behind didn't really work because I'm hitting my swing, so I brought my hands further forward. Push against the strap. If you can, let go. If this hurts your knees, quit doing it. Bring the knees together. Breathe. 5, push against your strap. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let go. Good. Release your strap. Bring the knees together. Straighten them out in front of you. Take the strap out. Set that aside. You won't need it. You can set your blanket aside, or you're going to put it on your mat once we get to knees. Just one good solid Dandasana to bring those knees and muscles back in. Breathe, big solid. If you can lift the heels off the floor a little bit, maybe you lift the heels just a little off the floor. Sit really tall and let go. Good, good. All right, so bend the knees. Let's come to table pose. Blanket if you would like underneath those knees. And your blocks, look at my mess over here. Your blocks are toward the front of your mat because you'll need those in just a moment. So from this nice little table pose, belly is toned. I want you to press the right leg back. And then imagine that you're going to press the back of the knee into the blanket, right? Feel the belly tone. From that nice extension, lift the leg. Don't lift too high. Don't go into your low back. Just breathe. And then as you extend that leg, make it really long. Find your breath here. Bend the knee. If the heel goes close to your glute, great. If it doesn't, still awesome. Squeeze the hamstring and then straighten the leg. Push the back of the knee into that imaginary blanket. And again, squeeze and release. Good. And then turn the toes out to the side. Swing that leg all the way out to the hip. Drop that foot down. I know you probably can't see it. I'm now underneath my swing here. And then come on up, gate pose. I'm going to turn around. I'm going to turn around just so it's less confusing maybe. All right, so here we are. The foot, the hip leg line is straight out to the side. Where you put your foot, we talk about this every time. Some people have their toes pointing straight. I tend to turn mine more at an angle because that feels better for me. The belly tones in, inhale, reach up. Exhale, let that hand slide down that leg. Watch the knee, no pressure on the knee. Should be fingertips only, or you're above or below the knee. Breathe, stretch it out, everybody. Just notice. And then as you inhale, bring the left elbow. So my right leg is out. Bring your opposite elbow back behind you and look down at your opposite knee. And then inhale it up. Maybe you look up a little bit. Exhale, squeeze the elbow to your side, look down. Last one. Look up, stretch side body. Exhale, look down. Good, both arms up. Exhale down to the floor. You're gonna see if you can release that leg. Lift, slide it back, press the back of the knee to the imaginary blanket behind it, and let go. Shake it out. Other side, big tone to the belly, left leg presses out, lift the leg, even out the weight here. I realized I was leaning forward pretty heavy, so I want to equal out that weight. Press the back of the knee into that imaginary blanket like we were on the floor. Big deep breath. And then slowly bend the knee, squeeze it in, and press it out. Slow, slow, slow. Squeeze it in. Press it out. Turn the toes out to the side. Slide that leg out from the hip. Drop that foot. Make sure your right knee, right hip are pretty lined up. And then come on up. So same thing other side, right? Piece of cake. Inhale, take it up. As you exhale, left hand slides down, left leg. Oh boy. As we stretch. Try to keep some tone to the belly here. Don't overstretch. Watch the weight on that extended knee. And then inhale up. You're going to slide the elbow down to your side. Look down. And inhale up. You can look up if that makes sense to you. Exhale, down you go. Good. Last one. Inhale, look up. Arm reaches. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, hands come down to the floor. Find your spacing, right? Hands have to come forward a little bit. Lift the leg, slide it back, toes point down, back of the knee extends, and release that knee. Plant both hands, tone the belly in, flip your toes under, lift the knees just an inch or two off the floor. You're in a table pose without the knees. Breathe. If you can maintain this, hold this. If that's just way too much this morning, knees go back to the floor, okay? So you're gonna lift your right leg, extend it out, go to 3-leg down dog. If that was too much, you're just going from knees to down dog. And then slide that knee back, bend both knees, release. Other side, lift both knees, optional. Lift your left foot, slide to 3-leg dog. Slide both knees back, lower down. 2 more, both sides. Lift the knees optionally. Right foot to 3-leg dog. Bring them both down at the same time. Good. Other side, lift. Left foot straight up. Both knees bend. Lower down. We got 1 more, both sides. First here. And up. Breathe. Good extension. Lower both. Switch sides. Both knees up. Left foot lifts. 3-leg dog. Both knees bend. Down to the floor. Good. Walk those hands forward, everybody. Little puppy stretch, getting some pressure off of those shoulders. Find your breath. And then walk the hands back up. I'm going to turn around because that's where my blocks are. And step your right foot forward. Right foot forward, hands under your blocks. Excuse me. There we go. From this low lunge, keep your left knee on the floor. Take your hands to your opposite knee or take your hands to your right knee. Feel that sweet little stretch. Something got my throat all of a sudden. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, elbows to sides, look down. Inhale, elbows up, look up, optional. Exhale, squeeze down. Inhale, look up. Exhale, squeeze down. Last one. Inhale, look up. Exhale, squeeze it down. Hands come to your blocks. Flip your toes under, lift your knee. Watch these knees, everybody. And then you're going to tap down. 1, lift up. 2, and up. 3, yep, big stretch here. 4, and 5. Hold that pose if you can. Watch your blocks. I want you to step back to plank and step forward, left leg. Lower your right knee to the floor. Take your hands to your knee. Here we are on this side. You're going to take the arms in cactus pose this time. I want you to press back. Maybe glance up, maybe just lift the chin. And on the exhale, cross the arms and curl your head. Inhale, open. Exhale, curl. One more. Inhale, open. Exhale, curl. Inhale, open those arms. Take them up. Exhale your hands to the floor. Hold your pose. Lift that knee off the floor. Engage the back leg. And then optionally, you're tapping down for 5. 1, 2, yep. 3, I know. 4, and 5. Good job, everybody. So stabilize those blocks. Maybe take them down 1 lower. Press into the blocks. Come to plank. Plank pose. Squeeze your belly. Optional. 1, you're here. 2, both knees are on the floor. Third option, tapping opposite knee for 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Plank pose. Hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower both knees and maybe child's pose. Oh, that's it. Notice your breath. Good. One more nice deep breath. And press back up. Come back to hands on blocks. Hands on blocks. And step forward, right leg. Here's your option. 1, you're going to do just what we did the last time. Okay, so you're here to hands up. The same thing that we did before. Your second option is just to take the knee off the floor. So it's going to challenge things a bit more, right? Because you're going into high lunge here. Squeeze the inner thighs, engage that back leg, press the knee into that imaginary blanket. Take your hands to your knees, whether your knees up or down, and lift up. Find your pose. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, squeeze the elbows down to your sides. Inhale, up. Exhale, squeeze. 1 more. Inhale it up. Exhale, squeeze. Breathe. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale your hands to your heart. 1, you're here. Please be mindful. 2, your hands come to your knee and you're going to tap down. 1, 2, 3, yep, 4, and 5. Good, lift up. Exhale, hands to blocks. I like to keep them a little lower to step back for plank. Watch the hands. Breathe. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down dog, everybody. Watch the blocks. Don't let them slide out from under your hands. If they're slippy or too high, just take them out of the way. Breathe. All right, you know we got to do the other side. Here we go. So when you're ready, I want you to step forward with your left foot. Your blocks can be there under your hands, low or medium. Remember, your opposite knee can be on the floor. Just watch your alignment, that front leg alignment. Otherwise, it's a high lunge. Take the arms up. Find your breath. Arms come in front of you. Draw the shoulders back. Here we go. You're going to pull. Sorry, palms are face down. Pull the arms back. Exhale, cross your arms, tuck your head. Inhale, pull. Exhale, tuck. Last one. Inhale, pull. Exhale, tuck. And then inhale, pull. Take those arms up. Hands come to your heart. 1, you're staying right here. 2, the hands come to your knee. That helps with stability. And you're going to tap this knee for 5. 1, 2, 3, yep, 4, and 5. Inhale up, everybody. Exhale, hands to blocks. I'm taking mine down lower. Step back to plank. Last one here. Hold. Either stay here for 10 or tap opposite knee for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lower both knees. Find child's pose or an equivalent. Down dog, puppy stretch, something that allows you to rest for a moment. All right, that's probably long enough. Let's come, move your blocks out of the way for now. Downward facing dog, everybody. And take your feet wide on your mat. Just stretch through. Watch the shoulders, good integrity there. Press through the fingers, the index and thumbs. Breathe. And then walk your hands all the way back. You can move your blanket out of the way while you're there. Forward fold, soft knees, shoulders open, head dangling like a grape. Breathe. And then soften both knees, hands come to knees. And come on up. Oh, good, roll it out. We should be feeling that by now, right? Holy moly. All right, so you're gonna take the legs a little bit wider. And one of the things I kind of like to do is to grab your strap again. And it needs to be more narrow than what it probably is, but not so narrow as hips width apart. And we'll figure it out together. So you take your legs back through your strap. And then you want like, I don't know, a 2/3 stance with the feet. Tighten your strap from there and have it near the knees, but not right on the knees. So that when you squat, you're going to feel pressure. So get a little squat. And if it doesn't feel good, loosen it up a little bit because you don't want your knees rolling into the middle. So John, I'd widen yours even more, quite a bit more. Right, so there's where you want that tension so that when you look down, the knees aren't rolled in at all. They're pressing against the strap. Good, and then just try to hang out. You have to bend the knees a little just to keep it in place. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, little baby squat. So sit in that pose a little bit, press against the knees. Take the arms out. Exhale, pull back. Inhale. Exhale, pull. Pull against that strap, by the way. And pull. And pull. Good, almost there. Pull, hold. I want you to tilt and take yourself into this weird forward fold where the knees are bent enough to press against your strap. Find your breath. Good, and then just let the head hang for a second, like really move into your forward fold. If you don't have a ton of tension on the strap, don't worry about it because we're going to come up and that's where that tension's going to come in. So push against your strap, tone the belly, lift up halfway, hands to knees, and breathe. Leave your right hand on your knee. Take the left arm forward. You're looking down at the floor. Breathe. Good. I want you to grab an imaginary rope in front of you, pull that arm back, and then reach. Yep, you're working the legs, everybody. Pull back, reach forward, pull back, tone to the belly, forward, pull back. Last one, reach and pull back. Switch sides. How's the legs? How's the hips? Reach forward, pull back. So you're going out and around and pull back. Out and around, pull back. Last one, pull, reach back. Good. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, come into squat. Oh, feel that, right? Tilt halfway forward, hands to knees. Now, I want you to be mindful here. If both arms out is too much, then you do single arm because we're going to do 10. So you can do 5 and 5. Nice tone to the belly. Press against your strap. Here we go. Reach both arms forward. Pull back. Reach both arms forward. Look at the floor. Back. Because if your head's lifted, you're going to irritate it. Reach. This is 4. Whew. Yep. This is 5. And 6. And 7. Anybody else feeling this? 8. 9. Last one. Pull and stand up. Ooh. Right here. Shimmy out of your strap. Oh, good. So your strap should be fairly wide. Just take it in your hands. Let's just loosen up the shoulders a little before we go further. Take it up overhead, stretch it out. Your level. Breathe. I know. Last one right here. Goodness gracious. And then put your strap aside. Go wide on your yoga mat. You can turn sideways if you'd like. Toes point out slightly. And all I want you to do here is squeeze your legs together like you were going to draw them together like they could slide together. Okay, and then push them apart. So it's all isometric work. Pull the legs apart, squeeze them together. Pull them apart, squeeze them together. Good, just 3 more. Pull them apart, squeeze them together. Pull them apart. Oh, squeeze them together. Last one, pull apart. Squeeze them together. Release that, shake it out. Turn the toes out, watch the knees. Come on down, just a little wide leg squat. Hands go inside your thighs or your knees, depending on how long your arms are. Wherever they are, I want you to rest the palms inside those legs and then try to push those legs back in. Breathe. Release, take the hands to the outside, try to push the legs into the hands. Watch the knees. Don't let them curl in. Keep the torso tall. One more, both sides. Inside, try to pull the knees in. Outside, try to pull the knees out. Stand up. Oh. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, goddess pose. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, goddess. Inhale up. Exhale, goddess. Good. Add the head. Inhale, look up maybe. Exhale, tuck your chin. Inhale up. It's really a lift of the chin. Exhale, tuck. Last one. Exhale. And then straighten the legs, heel, toe in. Shake it out, everybody. I know, this is a lot. It's a lot. Shake it out. And then come to standing. Actually, grab one block. Let's do this before we go further. Take the block between your thighs. I like to go long, but how you feel with that block is up to you, long or short. And then squeeze your block. That's nice. Just breathe. If you can walk the feet in more, walk the feet in more, right? More contact with your block. Squeeze, just release. So the opposing work, right? When we have a strap around our legs and we press out, we're working outer hip. When we have an object between our thighs, we squeeze in, we work the inner thighs. Good, release the block. Just set it back down. And then find a nice solid stance. You might want to be near a wall, a little bit of balance work here. Just lift up. You can have hands on hips or you can just have them free to help with your balance. Just peel one foot off the floor and take the knee up any amount. Squeeze the belly, lift the chest. Fire up the standing leg. I just want you to take the leg to the outside. This is trickier than you think. Take it in, bring it across. Center, out, center, woo, and across. Good, one more. Center, out, pause, center, bring it across, and then center, release, shake it out. All right, other side. Lift up. Find that pose first, right? Don't move that knee until you feel pretty solid. You can always tap up and down. Take it out. Center. Across. Center. Open. Center. Across. Interesting. That's always the harder one for me. Out. Center. Across. Center. And down. Good. Shake it out. Grab your strap. Maybe a little smaller loop. Now I say this pretty much every time, but when we're using a strap for balance work, if you become unbalanced, drop your strap. Don't fight it. Don't fight the pose. Just drop your strap, tap down, start over, okay? So loop your left foot and maybe tighten it up just a little, just so you've got that foot is solidly in your strap. And then hold the strap. Again, one hand to a wall. Bend the knee, bring it up. So I like to hold near my strap. You're going to decide for you. If you want to keep knee bent, you're going to keep that strap closer to the knee. Woo, sorry. And you're going to kind of go here, okay? If you can, you're going to extend the leg out. Does not have to be high. It's just extended out. It can be down here, okay? Other arm out. Fire up your standing leg. See if you can take that leg across or out. Press the back of your knee into an imaginary blanket. If the knee is bent, that's okay too. Breathe. You're going to take it across, grab it with your other hand, and come across. Yep. Bring it center. Release the leg. Shake out of that strap. And go to the other side. One leg always easier than the other. Honor that process. When you're ready, bend the knee. Whew, and hold. Find your still spot. And breathe. Arm out. Optionally, leg out. Breathe. Take the leg out. Find your still point. Bring it crossed. Grab it with your other hand. Find your breath. Bring it center. Lower it down. You can always tell which leg is not quite as strong as the other. Set your strap aside. We're going to do one more thing standing, and then we're going to come back down to the floor. So standing really well, I want you to take, I'm going to mirror here, take your right leg and cross it over your left and bend both knees. So we're not going to do full eagle, but you're on the toes or the ball mound of that other foot. There you go. Bend the knees and sit in the pose a little bit. Press the knees together. So I'm really feeling my back knee pressing into kind of that upper calf muscle of my front knee. So stabilize there. Tone the belly. Inhale, reach up. Exhale the arms out to the side. Cross your right elbow underneath your left and come into eagle arms. So we're staying grounded here so that we can play with both hips and elbows and shoulders. I want you to raise the elbows up and lower down. Inhale them up. Exhale down. One more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Bring them back to center and try to pull the elbows away from your chest. Just a little, don't overdo. And then release them into cactus arms. And then take go into a deeper squat if that makes sense. Arms are out to the side, the neck is neutral. Squeeze shoulder blades. And then inhale up. Exhale heart. Good, release, shake it out. We're going to go to the other side. So if I'm mirroring, your left goes in front of your right. Bend the knees and let those toes touch the floor. Okay, so you got to sit in it a little bit. Hips are steady. Inhale, reach up. Out to the side. Left arm over right. Come into eagle arms. Try to sit in the pose. That standing, that flat foot is taking most of the weight. Your other foot is almost like a little kickstand. Elbows down and up. Elbows down and up. Good, last one, down and up. Release, inhale up. Exhale, cactus arms. Go ahead and take a seat. Breathe. Stand up to your heart. Release, shake it out. Good, last one here. I was just thinking of something a student showed me one day. So cross back the first way, but this time your feet are flat. Your back knee presses into your front knee a little bit. So you're just crossed. So take the arms out in front of you, palms face together, and then cross your, if it's your right leg in front, cross your right arm on top. Turn the palms, see if you can interlace the hands. And then curl them in, squeeze the legs, curl it out. Curl it in, and out. Curl it in. If those hands don't touch, don't worry about it. Don't mess up those wrists. And then take the arms up. And squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And release. My sweetie over there is showing me that's not as easy as I thought it was. Cross the other way, good solid legs, okay? Arms come out, palms face together. So this time, if your left leg is on top, your left arm goes on top. Palms are facing away from each other, and then turn them in and see if they will interlace. Yeah, soften the shoulders, and then bring them in, bring them out. Bring them in and out. Last one, bring them in. Bring them out. See if the arms will raise up just like this. Hug those ears and release it down. Good job, everybody. Take it apart, shake it out. Come on to forward fold to the front of your mat. Forward fold, inhale. Exhale, take it down. Just pause right here. Take the feet a little wider than your normal. Let the head hang like a nice juicy grape. Breathe. The hands can come a little bit forward just to stretch out that torso a little bit. And breathe. Good. And then downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Lower the knees. And release for a moment to a seat just so that we can prep this next thing. All I want you to do is take one block toward the end of your mat, and then take your blanket kind of long ways and just set it over your block. That's all you have to do right now. Now, if your legs, knees allow, you're going to take the soles of your feet together on top of your block. And then you're going to gently bring yourself to the floor, so that your feet are up on the blocks. Your low back is nice and long. Your knees are out to the sides. If this bothers you at all, then bring the knees back to center with your feet on either side of your block. And pause here for a moment. Now notice the low back, because it's really easy to overarch here. So really lengthen through the tailbone, lengthen through the shoulders. Like I just move everything further away from center so I have a neutral low back. The hands are down at your sides, and maybe you hold on to the edges of your yoga mat. Squeeze the feet and see if you can lift the feet off your block, and then set it back down. If that's really, really hard, use your hands at the outsides of your thighs just to give them a little push up. And then down. Good. Squeeze up and down. We got two more. Squeeze up and down. Squeeze up and down, and then just rest. Just rest. Good. Hold the sides of your mat. Draw the shoulders down, belly tones. Listen up. You're going to lift, bring the knees together. Straighten the legs up to the ceiling. Bend the knees. Bring the soles of the feet back together, lower and down to your block. Just 3 of these. So lift the feet first. Bring the knees together. Straighten the legs up to the ceiling. Big extension here. Bend the knees, soles of the feet together, slowly lower to your blocks. Last one. First lift, then knees together, up to the ceiling. Bend the knees, open them, and lower to your blocks. Pause here, let the hands rest at the inner thighs. And then draw the knees together. Bring the knees toward chest, take the legs up to the ceiling. Hands go to inside knees to go wide with your legs. Just go wide. It should feel comfortable. If that is too much, the hands go outside thighs, elbows to the floor to give your legs extra support. And breathe, everyone. Take the legs together. Bend the knees. Do me a favor, just come up to a seat one more time. We're going to do one more thing here. Go ahead and move your block out of there. You may want your blocks for underneath your knees. So straighten or keep the blocks accessible. And then you're going to bend your blanket. You're going to fold your blanket, but make sure it's kind of on the long side. Put the blanket down, put your feet on top of that in a Badakanasana. And then you're going to take one end of your blanket and kind of wrap it tightly around the foot. You're going to take the other end of your blanket, wrap it tightly around your foot. If you have enough room to tuck under, great. If you don't have your blanket, you can use your strap here to bind around the feet instead. But this blanket thing is pretty awesome. And then you're going to take one block under each knee, right, or each thigh. Get that nice and snug around the feet and come on down. You'll have to adjust your blocks once you get there, but make sure the blocks are supportive so that your knees are, or your thighs or your knees are really touching the blocks and not just barely touching, because I don't want you to hang here. I want you to be nice and supported. And then place both hands on your belly. If this is not comfortable for a million different reasons, come on out and just have blocks under knees or under your thighs with the legs straight. So with your hands resting on your belly, I want you to breathe in for 4 and out for 7. In for 4. Out for 7. Good, keep that going. Simple counted breath here, inhaling 4. Exhaling 7. Three more rounds. Release the hands and draw the knees back to center. The blanket will loosen up and that's fine. Just take both knees to the right. Your block should be there to help support you so you won't go too deep. Arms come out to either T position or cactus. So this is a teeny tiny twist, teeny tiny. If you would like more twists, that left leg will go over the right, almost like an eagle pose legs, just crossing over. And then release the twist on that side. The knees go to center, then they go over to the left. Your block should catch your legs. And again, if you want more, the right knee will come up and across. Good, release that. The blocks, if it feels okay, will go underneath your thighs. I like them right up at the top of the thighs. And then the legs straighten out. I want you to just do one nice flex where the legs straighten. You squeeze your butt. Maybe your butt lifts off the floor. The legs are active. The heels are off the floor. And then let it truly, truly, truly let it all go. Let the legs soften. Let the arms come out to the sides. Palms face up. And feel your breath move into a softness that flows through your body, inhaling and exhaling, no count. Soften your belly, soften your jaw, soften your heart. See if you can go even softer. For those of you who are getting ready, and wiggle your toes, your fingers. If you would like to stay in Shavasana longer, please do. As we start to deepen the breath and wake up from our Shavasana, maybe the arms go overhead and we stretch. As we slowly bend the knees and draw those knees to chest, rocking side to side, and allowing the knees to roll to one side or the other. Slowly but surely pressing up to your seated pose. Bring your hands to your heart as we honor this Father's Day and those male qualities of strength and kindness, teaching, understanding. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you, everybody.